All right, listen up. We're not just learning kanji today. We're going to dismantle it. We're going to conquer the entire system by mastering just two key radicals: sheet, which is all about meaning, and which is all about appearance. This is the strategy. Pay attention.
So let me ask you this. Are you still trying to memorize kanji one by one? Because if you are, you're fighting a losing battle. You're just throwing your time in the trash. There is a much smarter, much more efficient way to win this war.
You have to understand, kanji is a system. It's not random chaos. Most characters are what we call keisei moji, a combination of parts. One part hints at the sound, but the other part, that's the boss. That's the radical, the bushu. It commands the meaning. If you know the boss, you control the context. And today, we take control.
Okay, our first target is the radical shimesu. This one governs the entire world of abstract concepts. We're talking about the invisible things, the rules, the values, the systems that people create.
Now, you're gonna see shi in two main forms. When it's on the left side of a character, it gets squished into this fei shape. When it's at the bottom, it keeps its original form, shi, but they mean the exact same thing. The second you see either of these, your brain should immediately switch gears. We're no longer talking about physical objects. We're talking about things you can't hold in your hand. Rules, faith, social structures, values, anything that people have decided has special meaning.
Let's run through the evidence. Quick fire. First up, kami, meaning God. Can you touch a god? Nope, it's a concept, a belief. And what do you see on the left? That radical. It's your signal that we're in the realm of the abstract. Next, sha, from society. Society isn't a building you can point to. It's a structure, an organization, a system of people. And again, the radical is right there on the left, practically screaming at you that this is an abstract idea.
And the pattern just keeps going. Look at shuk, to celebrate. What is a celebration? It's us as people assigning special value to a moment. It's an action based on a concept. Same with fuku, happiness. It's an intangible state of being, and it's commanded by that very same radical. And one more. Rei, etiquette, manners. These are the invisible rules that hold society together. So here's the takeaway. You see that shin radical? You know we're talking about social systems, values, or judgments, period.
Okay, but what happens when she moves to the bottom of the character? Well, it becomes the foundation. It's the standard upon which a judgment is made. Think about it. Hyo, a vote. What is a vote? It's the standard for making a choice. Or kin, a prohibition. That's a foundational rule. And site, a festival. That's a ritual built on a shared standard of meaning. When she is on the bottom, it's the rule itself. Remember that. All right, part 2 of the strategy. Let's move on to our next target, the radical ikoromo, which means clothing. Now, this radical could not care less about what's on the inside. This is all about the exterior, the appearance, the structure that you show to the world. And hey, look familiar? Just like our last one, has two main forms. On the left, it looks like yo. At the bottom, it looks like I. But no matter which one you see, the signal is the same. The meaning of this character has something to do with the outside of a thing, how it's covered, how it looks, how it's presented. Let's get to the examples. First up, kaburu. This means to wear something on your head, or to be covered by something. The focus is entirely on the external act of covering. Simple. Next, hoginau, to supplement or to patch up. Think about what that means. You're adding something to the outside of an object, to fix a hole, to make its external appearance complete again. And this one's perfect. Hadaka, naked. What does it mean to be naked? It's simply the state of having the external covering, the I, taken away. The meaning is literally defined by the absence of that outer layer. Now, when I is at the bottom, it tends to represent a completed external form or something that contains another thing. Think of soul, which you see in the word for attire, fukusou. It's a completed look. Or ura, the reverse side of a piece of clothing. And fukuro, a bag, which, if you think about it, is just clothing for your stuff. It's always about the structure of the appearance. Okay, now for the payoff. This is where the strategy becomes truly powerful. We're about to see what happens when these two worlds collide, when the world of meaning intersects with the world of appearance. This is where you gain your decisive advantage. Let's break down this character, Sei, Sabaku.
On the left, you've got the radical for clothing, for appearance, E, and the part on the right means to cut or to divide. So what happens when you put them together? You get the powerful concept of applying a rule to cut, divide, or arrange an external structure. In tailoring, saihon, you apply rules to cut fabric and create a garment. In a court trial, saiban, a judge applies the law to cut through the facts and impose order. And with discretion, saidu, you have the authority to make a judgment and shape an outcome. So the key point is this. Sai is the act of imposing rules onto the external world.
And now, the climax, the final piece of the puzzle. The one kanji that brings both of our radicals together and proves the system beyond any doubt. This is it. I want you to look very closely at eri, the collar of a shirt. This is brilliant. It combines e, appearance, with a component that's related to our first radical, shi, meaning. A collar is not just a piece of fabric. It's the one part of your clothing, your external appearance, that most clearly signals your internal state, your status, your professionalism, your attitude. It's why people say eri o tadasu, to straighten one's collar, when they mean get serious and compose yourself. It's the perfect union of shi and e. A collar is where you wear your position. That is the power of this system.
So, what have we learned? I'm not just giving you information here. I'm giving you your orders. These are your strategic takeaways. This is how you are going to win. This is your arsenal. Commit it to memory. Shi is the commander of meaning, value, rules, and standards. E is the commander of appearance and how things are presented. Piao is your standard of judgment. Cai is your tool to judge and arrange the external world. And King is the ultimate symbol of showing meaning through appearance. Use the system. Stop wasting precious brain power on rote memorization and start deploying your energy where it actually matters, getting the right answer.
Understand this right now. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to score enough points to pass. Use this system. Be rational. Win. You are more than capable of this. Now, get back to your studies. That is all.